It's time once again to keep you company while you're washing dishes or cooking. In the previous part, we talked about Miroslav Klose's record for the most goals scored in World Cup history. If you haven't seen it yet, you can click here to watch part 1. Now, let's continue with the World Cup. Still at the World Cup, and still about the youngest, the king of football, Pelé, is the youngest player ever to win the World Cup. In 1958, the world first heard the name Edson Arantes do Nascimento, better known as Pelé, when he was just 17 years old. Due to injury, Pelé was not fielded until the quarterfinal against Wales. Seizing the opportunity, he quickly made history by scoring the only goal to give Brazil a 1-0 victory. He didn't stop there. In the semi-final against France, though he delivered a hat trick that shocked the entire football world. Then, in the final in front of tens of thousands of Swedish fans, Pelé scored twice, contributing to Brazil's 5-2 victory. It was the first time in history that Pelé laid his hands on the golden trophy. The 17-year-old boy burst into tears in his teammates' arms amid a sea of yellow and green celebration, becoming an immortal symbol of world football. It is incredibly difficult for a player aged just 17 years and 249 days, an age when most players are still in academies or on the bench, to lead a national team to a world championship. And he didn't just participate. He scored a hat trick in the semi-final and a brace in the final. For more than 65 years, no player under 18 has even appeared in a World Cup final, let alone scored. In my opinion, this record is almost impossible to break. Still at the World Cup, and still Brazil, the Seleção is the only nation to have participated in every single World Cup. Since the World Cup was founded in 1930 in Uruguay, many countries have appeared only to fail in later qualifiers. Brazil is the only team that has never been absent from football's greatest festival. They competed from the early days with just 13 teams, through the expansion to 32, and now to 48 teams. Across nearly a century, Brazil has always carried its samba identity, playing a style that is spontaneous, beautiful, and full of emotion. From Pelé, Zico, Ronaldo Nazario, Ronaldinho, Neymar, and now Vinicius and Rodrigo, every generation has left its mark, turning the yellow jersey into a global symbol. When people mention the World Cup, Brazil must be part of the conversation. And they don't just show up, they are always title contenders. Their 5 world championships say it all. With 5 triumphs, Brazil also holds the record for the most World Cup titles. Across 22 World Cups, Brazil lifted the trophy in 1958, 1962, 1970, 1994, and 2002. From the 1950s onward, Brazilian football entered a golden era. They didn't just win, they redefined the game with a free-flowing, creative, and artistic style, like samba dancers performing on the pitch. In 1958 in Sweden, Brazil won their first title following the spectacular emergence of Pelé. In 1962, they successfully defended their crown in Chile, becoming the next team after Italy to win back-to-back World Cups. In 1970, a squad featuring Pelé, Jairzinho, and Carlos Alberto created what many consider the greatest team in history. Brazil won their 3rd title and permanently kept the Jules Rimet Trophy. In 1994, Romário and Bebeto helped Brazil return to glory after more than 24 years of waiting. Then, in 2002, the legendary trio of Ronaldo, Rivaldo, and Ronaldinho defeated Germany to secure Brazil's 5th trophy, making them the most successful team in World Cup history. From Pelé to Ronaldo, from Romário to Neymar, Brazil has always produced stars who shine when it matters most. In Brazil, football is not just a sport. It is culture, belief, and passion that has sustained a winning spirit across generations. Still, Brazil. But this is a record no Seleção fan wants to remember. The most lopsided semifinal in World Cup history. One of the most shocking matches ever. And at the 2014 World Cup, Brazil hosted the tournament and desperately wanted to win it on home soil, something they had not achieved since 1950. But before dreaming of the final, they had to overcome Germany in the semi-final. Instead, Brazilian fans were left in tears. On July 8, 2014, Estádio Mineirão captured the world's attention as it hosted the first semi-final between host nation Brazil and challenger Germany. A match filled with expectations. Most fans believed that whoever won would almost certainly go on to become world champions. Yet the semi-final became a record nobody wanted. Without Neymar due to injury and Thiago Silva because of suspension, Brazil entered the match fueled by belief and national pride. But within the first 29 minutes, the nightmare had already arrived. Germany scored 5 goals in just 18 minutes, a number so unbelievable that anyone who didn't watch might think it was exaggerated. Müller opened the scoring in the 11th minute, followed by Klose in the 23rd, Toni Kroos in the 24th and 26th, and Khedira 3 minutes later. Every German pass felt like a dagger to the hearts of millions of Brazilian supporters. Germany rolled forward like a perfectly programmed machine, while Brazil looked fragile and helpless. Schürrle added 2 more in the second half before Oscar scored a consolation goal in the 91st minute, closing one of the darkest nights in Brazilian football history. The record for the most penalties awarded in a single World Cup belongs to the 2022 tournament, with referees pointing to the spot 23 times. Argentina received the most, with 5, accounting for 21.7% of all penalties in that World Cup. Messi scored 4 of them and missed 1 against Poland. And that is everything I found online about the seemingly unbreakable records in world football history. Thank you for watching the entire video. And this is part 2. If there are any mistakes or suggestions, don't hesitate to leave them in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you won't miss even more exciting videos ahead.